So, the reason I'm saying this here, because they have put in fear in my peoples, everybody around me. Everywhere I go, when they trace me and follow me up and everything, they set up an ambush. I could leave here and go to West Memphis. I go down here and buy fish down this place. I have to say these things here because I don't have any witness. They're sitting and they're watching me. I go to Walmart, they're watching me and go to Walmart. They could get on their cell phone, call when I get there. And when I get there, they got people peek around the corner, follow me up in there. I just have to get in and get out of that quick because if you stay in there too long, they'll tell a lie like you taking something from Walmart. I have to do these things because if they take and give your grandson a little bitty miniature camera, which is on YouTube out there on some of the DVDs I done spoke of, and I put an eavesdropping device up in your curtains, they will step to an all-time low to try to entrap you in something that you're not guilty of. So the man, all these crazy things have been happening between me and the house. They run out of place to trap me. They know good well I goes down there and mow the yard and keep up this house down there to keep the city from taking it. They're gonna tell me, well, you wanna rent the house? No, I told you I don't want to rent this house. I don't want to rent. I don't want to do it because if you rent, you used to be selling drugs out there and lie and say I gave you permission to sell drugs out there. You know, this is what they would do. Because when the last time they ran me out of there, this black guy that was a friend of mine, I used to call his sister before she passed away. He said, Kelly, where you gonna sleep at night? Because he sit up and try to set me up, said, Kelly, sell me some drugs. I wasn't selling no drugs, but they want you to say you selling some drugs so they can get you and put you behind prison bar. Because they knew that I was a prophet from God, and they were trying to cut me off from God to make me defile my gum. And I decided I was not going to do it. This is the reason the Bible spoke on me being addicted to drugs in Isaiah chapter 6, 1-7. As I returned back, that I was going to have a problem with that part there. Because they were going to use me to try to addict me, because this is the weapon that they use mostly against the black man when he done something contrary to their works and their word. They would use drugs to find a way to cause drug dealers to do away with them, the users do away with them, and when they can't do that, they'll set up an ambush to try to get you into prison. The same way their mindset is when God spoke concerning me and Isaiah the prophet of these drugs. So when they take and say they bug in your phone to see as if drug dealers calling people, Lord, you done went 40-some years and hadn't did nothing now. What you talking about bugging the people's phone for? Because God have also written it down, not only the space show in Bible prophecy, but he's written it down in Isaiah chapter 6, 1-7, that the United States of America, where the prophet was born, was a drug-infested nation. Because he spoke concerning the man who he called to be a prophet, and was a man of unclean lips who dwell among the people who have unclean lips. So if you're a person having unclean lips, that means you is doing drugs at the time of your call. But he forgave me of my sin, and he led me out of my addiction, and they trying to make it look as if I'm still in my addiction. I'm getting up early. He's waking me, speaking to me late at night, getting me up early in the morning. And I come every morning bringing and testifying to you. Every morning, he gives me the grace to speak. I speak the truth and not a lie. He says you can tell the tree by the fruit it bears. Well, cutting that part. The man tell me, I told him, I said, I don't want to tell. He said, the kids keyed my car. Well, Can't just tell him you have you had anybody else told anybody else to do that? Well, just tell him that I'm in charge. Even if I thought about it, I said, well, he asked me to let him park his van there, sure. But I ain't give him no uh, permission that he could get in the house. But when I had the doors, uh, burglar doors or whatever them doors put on there because they had been breaking in the house and it was done something they had no business in there. So I went and had them doors put on this house to keep people from getting the iron doors. And but the man, when he had the last set of doors made, he didn't send me the keys. But he said he sent the key. But these set of keys, 8 keys or whatever it was for each lock on the door, came to me. Somebody else got. But he went in and walked around in the house with the man when he was changing the locks on the doors because my brother kept complaining about the outside crib house. But I got a lot of food stored in there. I'm not done like other black people sitting up there saying, well, we at the bottom. We're going to stay at the bottom. I'm storing something in case my children have to have something to eat. They would have something to eat for a little while at least. And so I'm storing food up in there. I'm just telling you what I'm doing because this is what most black people need to start doing. They need to start taking charge of their own livelihood because the government body is going to fail you. He could preach one thing, but when the barrel is half full, it's half full. But when the barrel is empty, it's empty. So he can say anything he wants. There's going to be a lot of broken promise made, and the day is coming ahead when God pour his wrath out on the United States of America and upon the world. So I am using that house to do something for my people and not have to take from somebody else because of something I fail to do. But these people around here sitting up smoking drugs and looking crazy and acting crazy and being stupid and depending on the government for their livelihood, when this thing comes to pass, they're going to try to look and see. They know they ain't saying nothing. They're going to look for and see who they can rob or who they can take from. This is the way we're going. We don't think about the moment ahead of us. We only think about the day at hand. But when the time comes, we'll come with any kind of lies and any kind of quotation to justify our ignorance. To continue to depend upon a source that is have not lacked us from the foundation of the earth. So this is the way we got to change our way of thinking, not out of malice, out of what we hate, but it's a responsibility that we're supposed to owe to ourselves and not victimize other people all the time. Because all we know how to do is steal, take, and we take and cut down a tree that we taken from. Sooner or later, you're going to die anyway. Because when you tear down everything and there's nothing left but you on the earth, I'm saying you, because you is an unfruitful tree. You look for fruit, you done killed everything that was fruitful. And you being an unfruitful tree, being dry, you're not going to find a refuge even in your own home. And when you wake up to reality, you come in and come in remembrance, you'll find that it would have been better had you worked and not divided your house and raised it because God told you when you ask, it'll be given to you, but you didn't do it. You went and took. Not destroyed only your habitat, but destroyed the whole habitat of the earth. This is where we are today. But this man told me, well, think on a few days. I don't need to think on it. You using this. You want my house to trap me and make it look like I'm selling drugs. You don't need. When I tell you I don't want to sell nothing, I don't want to rent it. That's exactly what I mean. You act like I'm a confused man that I don't know what I want. If money in your pocket, I say I don't need your money.